What's going on? Welcome back to Fanatic Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about Ethereum Classic. I want to go over some of the current data points and why I feel ETC is on the verge of a very nice breakout. Before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So it is up 0.5% right now. 13.29 million for volume over the last 24 hours. So that's starting to tick back up, and that's relatively abnormal, especially for it being a Monday, because we've kind of gone old school now, where on the weekends you have crypto spiking, and possibly even on Friday some just FOMO leading into that pre-spike, and then Monday through Thursday just consolidation. So the fact that it is up on a Monday is relatively abnormal, like I said. So something to take note of. Over the weekend you did have a spike to kind of the high 29s, and that was as a result of a squeeze. This is why I do feel ETC is on the verge of a breakout, because it is very heavily shorted. And just generally speaking, you have the fear and greed index under the extreme greed category. So meaning people's appetite for risk is on the table. This is why a lot of dips get bought up very, very fast. So once again, this is kind of the good recipe for just everything to go up. So if you are really a short or betting against ETC, this is how you could get kind of margin called or squeezed out of your position. So a lot of different circumstances, but one thing as well that I've brought up in the past that I personally do like is looking at comparing ETC to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin over the last 5 days is down, surprisingly, 1.02%. ETC is up 17.51. So in the past, when this kind of circumstance has occurred, you usually do see a very nice kind of uptick. So this is, again, one thing just to kind of just keep in mind. But historically speaking, I've been covering ETC for the last about 2 years. There's been around 5 very nice spikes up due to a short squeeze that each time is around a 40-something% kind of movement. And this is pretty much the only time in 2 years when this kind of circumstance also is just the basis of it. So there's a lot of greed in the market, a lot of people really just wanting to move every crypto, every coin, token higher. And you can kind of see that based on here. Regrettably though, ETC is still ranked number 31 of all the coins. And just over the last 1 hour, there seems to have been a pullback just with crypto in its entirety. So something to just take note of. But generally, the news that did come out today was this. So Cosmos Health adopts Bitcoin and Ethereum as treasury reserve assets. I feel like this is going to be the circumstance that happens more and more, whether it just be the true reserve assets or just more of an investment, similar to what happened with Tesla. And as far as I'm aware, they still do hold Bitcoin, but this is where you'll have a lot more utility and adoption in day-to-day society. So in my opinion, I think this is just still the early stages, and once that does start to really move higher and more countries that say start to acknowledge cryptocurrency as a viable investment or possibly even as their official currency, then this is where you'll see just massive broad market FOMO. And I do feel, like I said, just any coin out there that is heavily shorted, their days might be numbered potentially. And so aside from all of that stuff though, I think even just ETC's technicals are looking rather okay. And I just launched a Patreon where within that I do put down buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, and I did put down, as you can kind of see, ETC is a buy. Even in the short term, I see it getting to around that $35 range. So in my opinion, I do feel just the circumstances are right for ETC to have a nice squeeze where it'll push higher, and then from there, this is where just the amount of greed in the market will continue and push it higher. So a lot more long investors. As of right now though, with it at 25 and change, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So this recent pullback over the last hour or so seems to be, or now it's above that. So once it refreshed, so between this R1 and pivot, so 25.81 will be a strong support. So just watch for that to continue to hold. And then $29.34 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. But in my opinion, I think it's just that will most likely come this upcoming weekend, as kind of once again just everyone will really gravitate towards crypto. And yeah, it'll be 29, then 31, then that $35 target, at least in the short term, will be the next strong targets slash resistance points for ETC. So yeah, I think higher highs are coming in my opinion, and just the circumstances are right. There's a huge amount of greed in the general market and even more so in the crypto market. Technicals are looking fairly a-okay. So I do have the ALMA, 50, 100, 200-day moving average, super trend, and stochastic RSI. So stochastic RSI, you see a nice bullish deviation. It is rather overbought, but then again, that's somewhat normal as just prices just adjust. But it is above the ALMA, which right now is 24.84, above all the key points. So this is a good sign of a continued breakout is going to be coming down the pipeline. So that's just, once again, my opinion. Looking at the 4 hour, because the 4 hour feeds into the 1 day, 1 hour and the 4, and so forth and so forth. So looking at the 4 hour, this is where you are seeing that weakness. So it is currently below the ALMA a little bit. So that's something just to keep in mind. And like I said, that is just feeding into that 1 day chart right over here. So yeah, honestly, I think just with the amount of greed in the market, all and any dips that do happen in probably the next couple of weeks are going to get bought up very fast. So if you do see one of those, just take advantage. But then again, you do whatever floats your boat. My crystal ball is sometimes wrong, but I think just cryptocurrency is finally getting its time, its attention, and it's kind of long past due. So let me know your thoughts on ETC. Are you buying that? Is there any other coins that you are interested in that you're buying, or you potentially would want videos on? If so, throw them in the description below. I can definitely pop over there. And like I said, go over to my Patreon. I cover stocks, options, cryptocurrency. They have all been killing it. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with all that, appreciate all of you watching.